Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
People think leadership is about authority and control. You are wrong. True leadership isn't about power, it's about understanding and serving your team. Like a shepherd tends to their flock, a leader must know their team's strengths, weaknesses, and needs. But many leaders focus solely on results, forgetting the value of relationships. Therefore, ask yourself, do your team members feel cared for and understood, or are they simply following orders without trust or connection? You may think leadership is about giving instructions and letting the team do the rest, but leadership is about presence. A leader's visibility reassures the team and builds trust. When you're present, you show your commitment to their success. Therefore, consider this. Do you spend enough time engaging with your team, or are you seen only when something goes wrong? Presence is not micromanaging. It's showing your team they matter and are supported. Some leaders believe knowing their team personally is unnecessary, but without trust, even the best plans fall apart. Building trust begins with understanding your team on a deeper level, what motivates them, what challenges them, and how they work best. Therefore, when was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with your team? The more you connect personally, the more your team will feel valued, which translates into loyalty and better performance. Pressure is often seen as a necessary leadership tool, but leading through fear creates stress, not loyalty. Employees perform best when they feel respected and supported. Creating an environment of safety, both physical and psychological, allows people to thrive. Therefore, ask yourself, do your team members feel empowered to take risks and innovate? Or do they feel they must play it safe to avoid criticism? Safety inspires creativity, loyalty, and growth. You may think assigning roles is straightforward, but mismatched tasks and unclear responsibilities can cause frustration and inefficiency. Assigning the right people to the right roles based on their skills and passions ensures a well-functioning team. Therefore, how well do you know your team's strengths and weaknesses? Aligning their abilities with their tasks not only improves results but also boosts morale. A well-matched team is a productive and happy one. Some leaders avoid conflict believing it will resolve itself, but ignoring problems only makes them worse. Addressing issues quickly and constructively helps maintain trust and team cohesion. Therefore, think about how you approach conflict in your team. Are you open to difficult conversations, or do you avoid them? Leaders who handle conflicts effectively create stronger, more unified teams. Ignoring problems only erodes trust over time. You may think perfection is the goal of leadership, but striving for perfection can lead to burnout and frustration for both you and your team. Instead, focus on consistency and compassion. Effort and care often matter more than flawless execution. Therefore, ask yourself, are you pushing for unattainable standards, or are you helping your team grow steadily? Perfection is a moving target, but steady improvement builds long-term success. Mistakes are often seen as failures, but mistakes are opportunities for growth when handled constructively. A leader who turns mistakes into lessons creates a culture of learning and resilience. Therefore, how do you react when your team makes mistakes? Do you punish them, or do you use these moments to teach and inspire? A team that feels safe to make mistakes will innovate, experiment, and ultimately achieve more. Some leaders think their job is just to give orders, but leadership is about influence, not authority. Guiding your team through inspiration and trust builds a stronger bond than demanding compliance. Therefore, how do you lead your team? Are you setting an example they want to follow, or simply enforcing rules? Influence creates loyalty, while authority without care can lead to resentment and disengagement. Communication is often seen as simply delivering information, but true leadership communication inspires, aligns, and connects. Sharing your vision and ensuring your team understands the why behind decisions fosters motivation and purpose. Therefore, think about how you communicate. Do your words inspire and guide, or are they just instructions? Great leaders use communication to unite their team around a shared goal. Transparency may feel risky to some leaders, but well-informed teams are confident and effective. Sharing relevant information builds trust and prevents misunderstandings. Therefore, how open are you with your team? Do they know what's happening and why, or do they feel left in the dark? Transparency isn't about sharing everything. It's about sharing enough to foster trust and enable your team to work with clarity and confidence. You may think corrections hurt morale, but done right, feedback strengthens teams. Constructive criticism guides growth and builds trust when delivered with respect. Therefore, how do you approach correcting your team? Are you creating a safe space for learning, or are you discouraging them from trying? Leaders who correct with care inspire confidence, allowing their team to grow and improve without fear of judgment. Some leaders think control equals success, but leadership is more about guidance than control. Inspiring your team to perform their best requires trust, not micromanagement. Therefore, ask yourself, are you controlling every detail, or are you empowering your team to take ownership of their work? A guided, trusted team is far more effective than a controlled, resentful one. Some view mistakes as signs of incompetence, but mistakes are often stepping stones to progress. Encouraging your team to take risks, even if they fail, fosters innovation. Therefore, how does your team feel about mistakes? Do they see them as opportunities to grow, or as things to fear? A leader who welcomes mistakes as part of the journey to success builds a resilient and innovative team. Leadership often feels like it's all about you, but true leadership is about your team and their growth. The more you guide and support them, the more successful everyone becomes. Therefore, reading The Way of the Shepherd can transform how you approach leadership. It's a powerful guide to building trust, inspiring loyalty, and achieving shared success. The book is in the description, and if you want, please like, share, and subscribe.